Hey everybody, welcome. It is week 9 and we're going to take a look at the next set of major assignment, which is the formal analytical report. This is by far the most comprehensive and biggest assignment that we're doing. And you're going to be having two aspects to it, the document as well as a presentation. So we're getting it kicked off this week, but you will have plenty of time to work on it. One of the biggest challenges I think in starting it is just figuring out a topic for it, because you're looking for a research question. In some of the technical documents that people have been working on, they've been working on things that they already know very well, but this is very much a research assignment. So you are free to pick things that you are interested in and that you know about. Maybe it's something you want to do for a living. Maybe it's something you want to study in school. There's all kinds of fun things, and hopefully you've already been thinking towards it in how you've picked your technical documents, because those could potentially become parts of the larger project. The other thing I wanted to mention today while I'm making the video and using my avatar is, well, a couple things. One is I'm going to be out of town starting Thursday this week, and I won't be back until Tuesday, the 24th. So I will be out of town from the 19th to the 24th. I will have my computer and I will check emails and things of that nature. But if I'm a little slower than usual, that's why. So just keep that in mind. Feel free to, message me and inbox me and all those things with your questions, but just be advised that I may be a little slower than normal to respond. The other thing I wanted to mention is that for a very limited time, Sunday night, October 15th through 11:59 on Tuesday, October the 17th, you are able to send me an inbox message, and the contents of which should be a little story about your favorite Halloween costume that you ever made or had or bought or whatever. And if you do that, I'm going to add extra credit points to one of our recent assignments that's already been graded. So if you would like some extra credit, that is how you're going to get it. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to mention it anywhere else. So the whole point is, if you are doing what you need to do, which watching these videos is part of it, then you're going to be good. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the syllabus. As a reminder, we are in week 9, so we're over halfway through. It is time to start the big assignment. So this week you've got some reading to do from chapter 4, more on chapter 4 from our online text. And there's some additional topics and things in the Canvas as well. In terms of what's due this week, you've got a discussion board about presentations and the topic proposal for the formal analytical report. So you are going to be picking your topic this week. It's not too late to change it if you end up having to reshuffle, but I do want you to be at least putting some thought into it this week. So we are going to turn that in. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the module, and I will turn on the student view so it looks more familiar to you. Like I said, we're in week 9, so let's go all the way down and take a look at the learning materials. So as usual, of course, you've got the little stack of books for our online text, and it is in chapter 4, page 73 and 96 to 102. We're mostly focused on report writing and things of that nature. I've also got your guide to the formal analytical report and presentation. So this, of course, is a page in here, and we've got some additional information, including some topic ideas, websites that you can use, along with some videos. So that one little link actually has a lot of things for you to read and view. So take your time with it early this week, and that will help you get prepared for the upcoming assignment. But then, like I said, the only thing related to that you need to turn in this week is the topic proposal. And then there is that discussion board. So let's start by looking at the discussion board topic. This is a popular one and also an unpopular one because nobody wants to do presentations. I am aware of that, and we do already have some folks who have started on it, so that's awesome. But in this discussion post, we're talking about what you know and what you have learned about presenting information to others. What do you think about formal presentations? Why do you think people get stressed out? How can we shift our notions and fears about presenting information? And then I think this one's really interesting because when we stop to think about it, we do more presenting of information than we think. So how does that normally happen in our own lives? And how can we use some of those strategies in formal presentations? And then, of course, presentation skills. What is the importance of body language, eye contact, pacing, proper grammar and speech? And what are some strategies for success and improvement in presentation skills? You can certainly feel free to do some research for this. You don't have to beyond what you're reading for class, but if you do add anything additional from sources, make sure that you share those and that you let us know where you got your information from. It should be an essay form, so you need to have at least 3 paragraphs. You can also divide it up like this if you prefer by the question. That's absolutely fine as well, but definitely more than 1 paragraph. All right. So I will look forward to reading those. And then your other assignment, of course, is the topic proposal. So you will want to review the actual assignment sheet for the big formal analytical report. So that you know what you're proposing a topic for. That's a massive document. I'm certainly not going to read this to you. That's part of your reading assignment for this week. So please do pay attention to that. And then for this particular item, it's done in quiz form. I'm going to open the quiz though. It's not a quiz in the sense of you have to memorize things. You should take your time with it and do it. But for the topic proposal, you're going to write a well-developed paragraph sharing your educational and professional interests. So this is something you've already kind of thought about in that previous assignment. And number 2, planning a formal analytical report. The audience is important. And so I want you to consider who your audience is. Your audience for this is not me. Okay, that's the most important thing. So put some thought into who you would be writing this report for. And it's definitely not me. And then for number 3, outline the topic you are thinking of using. It can be a list or a paragraph. It doesn't matter. Some sort of preliminary thesis. What are some of the sections that you know you might want to cover? How might you use the technical documents you've already written? And then what role will visuals play? It doesn't have to be terribly long. It's a 5-point question, but put some thought into how you want to set it up. And then finally, and this you do need to do some work for, provide an initial bibliography. You're going to use APA to cite 10 potential sources you can use in your formal analytical report. Most of your research should be academic in nature, meaning it should come from the Lake Sumter Library. And any items you're citing from the internet at large should be clearly relevant and credible. No Wikipedia articles, no personal blogs of people, unless there's some real reason why they might be an expert on your particular topic. Make sure that you are using current APA style. I will give you one little heads up about library sources that throws people off a lot. And I think I've demonstrated this before, but just in case, let me go ahead and show you while we're talking about this. When you search in the library, you're going to get citations provided, but you have to really know where to look for them. So let me see, what could I write about? Oh, I know what I can do if I were writing this, because everybody in higher ed is all freaked out about artificial intelligence. I can't spell it. Oops, I really can't spell today. Sorry. So if I search for my topic in the library, I'm going to find a lot of results, 4,000 plus. I do want to make sure that I can see it. So I'm going to click on available online and apply the filters for that. You do not have to only limit yourself to peer-reviewed journals. You can use magazines and other things, but I do want to see the bulk of your resources coming from the library. So I'm just going to show you really quickly where to find the official and real and good citations for articles and books. So if I click on the title for this book, I get a very dangerous screen because right here in the middle, there is a button that says citation, but I will guarantee you this is wrong. It's always wrong. It's going to be wrong. There's nothing our library can do about it. This is something that is part of the college system, and we have no control over it. So what you want to do though is actually open the book. So you've got full text availability. I'm just going to click on the LSSC one. You will probably have to sign in, which may mean that you have to get your phone out. Every time I have to sign into anything, I am constantly having to do an authenticator. It's kind of ironic considering the fact that we, try to get people not to bring their phones to class and things, but then now I have to, because if I have to sign into something, I am going to need my phone. So anyway, so there we go. So you may have to authenticate yourself to get signed in, but once you are, you will notice that when we open this book, we can click on this PDF over here to read the book. But over on the right-hand side in this particular database, there is a cite button here. In some cases, you actually open the book itself and there will be a cite button. But you definitely want the one once you've opened this. You do not want the one that is right there at the beginning. We click citation and we want to choose the APA one. Already, this is wrong. So it's really irritating. But I will show you that if we copy and paste this into a Word document, it's fairly easy to fix. So I'm going to open a blank Word document and I will have to reshare my screen with you, but I think it'll be worth it. So let's do a new share and use Word. Okay. So when I am creating a reference list, I am going to do a couple of things. One, I'm going to make sure that I'm in plain double spacing. So I am going to hit, is this not showing what I want it to show? Maybe because I have it small. Let me make it large. Yeah, there we go. I want to click on no spacing and I want to change this to double. Okay. Now I'm also doing a works cited or a reference or a bibliography, whatever you want to call it. So I need to move my bottom triangle over to the 1/2 inch mark for the hanging indent. I am going to use Times New Roman 12 because that's what most people believe we have to use. And then I am going to click on paste, but I'm going to choose what's called match formatting. In non-Apple versions, it's called merge formatting, but it's the same principle. And so what that does is it keeps the italics. That's really the only benefit here, but it's worth it because we need that. All right, so let me show you what's wrong. We do not use somebody's PhD. We use their last name and we use their first initial, or in this case, we have 2 initials, so I'm going to use JN. So this needs to go away. All right. It is your responsibility to fix that. So I know it's in pain to not have the right citation, but it is what it is. All right. So there's the fixed version for that book. Let's go to the next one, which I need to, there we go. Let's do an article. So let me go back to the results. Oh, no, don't make me do that. I'm just going to search again. I don't want to start over. All right, so let's choose the article, an article this time. So I'm just going to pick this one. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's peer reviewed, it's fine either way. But I'm just going to pick this one for convenience sake. Again, do not click this button. It will not give you the right information. We're going to click on this. It is also an EBSCOhost database, so that citation will be over on the right-hand side, just like it was for the book. So we're going to click on the little symbol, and we have the APA. This one is correct. So let's go back to our Word document, and we're going to, again, do the paste, but with match formatting. Notice how it is now a last name with the initials, and then the article title is not in italics and the journal title is. This title is in italics because it's a book title. Okay. So what do you do if you need to cite a website? So I'm going to click on, I'm just going to Google something artificial. I'm just going to use AI and higher education. Again, I can't spell that word tonight. Good grief. All right. So I'm just going to pick an article. Let's use this one. Seems good. When you are citing the web, you have a couple of places that you will want to look. One, of course, is the Citation Center, and you're going to use the APA guide, and you're going to look up how to cite a website. Now, you need to have this handy because oftentimes if you use a web generator, it will be wrong. So just even like the library one sometimes has mistakes in it. You do want to double check it. But I'm also going to show you that there is a website called scribber.com that does APA citations for free. Some of the web citation generators charge for APA, but they do not. So we're in APA 7th edition, so we're in the right place. And I have copied and pasted the URL. And let's see how it does. Okay, it looks right. So let's copy this and put it in our Word document. So again, we're going to do match formatting. And I don't know why this is such a weird gap, but I'm going to make sure that nothing is, oh, these are all jammed together. That's why. Okay, so we're going to hit that and we're going to hit that. Okay, there we go. And that's what it'll look like. Now, all bibliographies are in alphabetical order. This one is not, of course, in alphabetical order yet. So we are going to highlight the whole list and click on my favorite trick I ever learned, which is the A to Z thing. We're going to click go, and it's now going to put them in alphabetical order for me. If you have a title at the beginning instead of a person, it's still done in alphabetical order. But note that if your title starts with A, an, or the, you ignore that and alphabetize by the next letter. Okay. So for this initial bibliography, that's what you're going to need to do. Now, when you do that, it is not going to allow you to use all the fancy indents and all that stuff. So when you copy and paste it into the quiz box, the only thing I want you to make sure that you have is that it is in the italics or in italics. So this is correct. So all I did was paste it. Notice that source, that's the only word in this that's in italics, is correct. So you can copy and paste them. It won't be hanging indent. You could put the little spaces in there. I don't know why there's no spaces. That drives me crazy. But you don't have the ability to do a hanging indent for this. You can indent the whole thing, but you can't really do a hanging indent or make it look like it, but you will do that. So you'll have 10 sources. That question is worth 10 points. That is probably going to take you longer than anything else. But those are the quiz questions that you will answer for your other graded assignment. So you have two things to do this week. One, of course, is the discussion. The other is that. And don't forget about that little extra credit at the beginning of the video. If you didn't hear that, you should go back and listen to the whole thing again. Oh, my avatar won't wink. Sorry. It's probably because I'm wearing real glasses. But anyway. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great week. I will, like I said, I'll be online, but I will be busy because I am on a real vacation and it's very exciting. So I will catch you for sure when I get back.